Hi guys, and welcome back to Alistair Davies Golf. Today's video is looking at the new TaylorMade drivers, both the M1 and the M2. And what the plan is to do is do a test, and I want to compare the M1 and M2 versus each other, and also compare them to the predecessor M2, which is my current driver I would use. I haven't got the M1 to test that against, the old M1 that is, but the M2, when I had that fitted for me, outperformed the M1. So basically, for my own benefit, the M2 that I'm using is the current best driver on the market for me to use. And I'm going to compare that against the two new models and see how they fare. So before we get into the comparison, a little bit about the clubs and what they've kind of changed. Visually, there's a few small subtle changes. The material on top here is in a darker color, so the graphic composite here on the top is darker. There's now an M1 and an M2 badge on the outer rim. So looking at the T-Track, it houses 27 grams of movable weight, which is 2 grams more than the first generation M1. 12 grams of the weight goes from front to back, and it's been lengthened, this track, so it allows us to get the center of gravity even lower and further back than the predecessor. And then the front track is got a 15 gram movable weight in the track, which obviously helps move the weight from heel to toe, which again is 7% more than the predecessor as well. So basically there's more weight and there's more range of weight movement than the previous M1, so it should give you more versatility on how we can alter the ball flight. But bear in mind, obviously ball strike is going to be the biggest factor in changing ball flight rather than the T-Track system itself. So the results of the Trackman test with the M1, M2 driver. So if we look at, compared to the original M2, both drivers increased my club head speed. So the new design in the head, the toe panel, and moving the weight round and making the club slightly lighter has increased my club head speed with both drivers. I had 103.5 mile an hour with the original M2, and 106.4 with the new M2, and 106.0 with the M1. So both increased my speed by, let's call it 3 mile an hour for rounding up figures, 2.5 and almost 3 mile an hour. And if I increase my speed by 3 mile an hour, in theory, it should give me about 9 yards more length, like for like strike and flight. In terms of ball speed, with the new M1, it increased by just under 2 mile an hour. And with the M1, it increased by 4.1 mile an hour. So quite a nice increase in ball speed for me with the new technology. In terms of distance, with the M1 it increased by 10 yards carry, 10.2 yards carry, and an overall distance of 9 yards. So quite a nice increase for there. And also if we look at the dispersion, you'll see that the dispersion was actually better with the new M1 compared to my current M2 driver. So for me, the M1's definitely going to go into the bag because it's gone longer and straighter. And I know I currently like my M2 driver, so there's no great shame in going to the new version of the M1. The M2 performs slightly longer than my current driver, but not a lot. And the accuracy was similar, but the ball striking was slightly down. So that might be a little bit of human error, me striking the golf ball, but certainly the M1 I saw an increase in performance straight away. The M2 I saw it to be fairly similar, albeit the speed was increased, which means on a like-for-like day, hitting it properly, it would go further for me as well. So a little bit of human error there. In terms of spin, the spin rate between my current M2 and the M1 was very similar. With the new M2, the spin increased. But again, that could be something to do with the ball striking rather than the actual club as well. So the conclusion, if you like, would be that the new M1 for me, I felt compared to the last M1, when I tried that, it felt a little bit lighter, and because of that, then I felt I could hit it a little bit more consistently further and faster, and that's why I picked the M2 originally against the M1 last year when I had my fitting. But looking at the accuracy of the M1 and looking at the distance I created with the M1 would be the club I would choose right now. and I think they made a slight improvement from the old ones for sure. So have a go, get yourself fitted. That would be my message really. Make sure you get fitted, get the right loft, get the right shaft, get the right kind of apex to your flight, and then have a good true comparison and buy clubs when they perform better. Just like I'm going to do here now. I'm going to have the M1 because it's performed better. So if you've enjoyed the video, please click like down below. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Got regular content coming every single week. And thanks for watching, and hope to see you again soon.